So what's the point of building a very good looking website? A website that has so many features and yet no one can find you online. Okay, what's the point of having a website when no one can find you on Google or on Yahoo or Bing or any of the other major search engines? Now this is where the concept of SEO comes in. Now I am not going to take it for granted that you already know what SEO is. So SEO simply stands for search engine optimization, and it's basically a way of making sure that your website appears on the search results whenever anyone searches for some sort of content or anything related to your website. So say for example, your website is about selling ebooks. Okay, whenever anyone types selling ebooks on Google's search engine bar, if your website is well optimized, Google will actually find your website and display it among its results. So how do we get our website to be search engine optimized? Well, there's some very basic things that you can start with. Very basic. The very first thing is writing good content. Now I know this may sound very cliche and rather obvious. I mean, yeah, you should write good content, right? But you'll be amazed at how many people don't spend time to actually write good content on their website. Okay, if you're running a blog, you need to write really good content that actually stands out. Okay, and one of the reasons why you need to do this is because when people read content that they like, that they find very interesting, they tend to share it online. Okay, they may post links to your website on their Facebook or Twitter, and this will of course create more exposure for your website. And of course, the more hits your website receives, the better you will look to Google. Okay, Google will recognize that, okay, since many people are visiting this guy's website, then obviously his website must be good. Okay, so write good content. That's the very first thing. Second thing is something that we've already kind of done, and that is down here in appearance with the permalinks. Settings and then permalinks. Right here, once you change your default permalink setting from default rather to maybe post name or custom structure, or even any one of these ones down here, you've already given yourself a small boost to search engine optimization. So that's another thing that we've already done. The third thing right now will be ensuring that your posts have different categories. Okay, do not, and I repeat, do not categorize your posts under uncategorized. Okay, right now I'm guilty of this right here. Make sure all your posts have different categories, or even if they have one category, make sure that one category is not named uncategorized. Okay, make sure you create other categories and then make sure you assign your posts to their respective categories that fit them. Just make sure that uncategorized is not one of the categories that contains any of your posts. Okay, that's something you need to avoid. Another thing right here is the use of tags on your posts. Whenever you create a post, make sure you use tags. Tags are like keywords that identify the main content that the post contains. So say for example right here on WordPress Rocks, and I actually don't have any tags right here, so I'm just gonna add, or better still, let me just come back down here. I think I have another post. Let's see, Asian holiday. Okay, well, most of my content right here is pretty fake. So, but let's assume you actually had like real text here, and this was about an Asian holiday. My tags would be something like holiday, then Asian, and then maybe Asian food, for example. Okay. One thing to keep in mind is that do not overuse tags. Typically, 3 to 5 tags is enough for every post. Do not constantly add too many tags and then think that would help you. That's not going to help you. That would actually affect you. Okay, so make sure your posts have relevant tags and do not overuse them. 3 to 5 tags is enough for your posts. Another thing is your images. Whenever you add images to your posts, so say for example, let's come down here and let's add some images here. Let's add me. Now down here, okay, make sure your images have an alternate text. Okay, this is something that Google looks for. Google looks for texts, alternate text on images, so that in case your image is not displayed, your website will display the alternate text. That's what the alternate text is for. It also helps with people who are blind. If they don't see a picture, at least they can read some sort of reference that identifies what that picture is about. So make sure you get your images to have an alternate text as well. That would really help with your SEO. These are just basic things that can actually improve how Google rates your website. So that's all for now. In the next class, we'll talk more about plugins, some very useful plugins that can help you with your SEO. So I will see you in the next class.